Legends of the War here, and today we've got a saving a disaster situation playing as Taliesin, where this player has made a very silly decision to occupy the Springs of Eternal Life, or I should say Ruin Dweller, because that suffers a penalty called Recently Colonized, basically getting caught in Force March when they attack. So we did that in full view of King Pashidu over here, of Tomb Kings. Now, I can understand people underestimating the Tomb Kings, but this looks like it's a pretty beefy army filled with constructs, and your army is mostly filled with Glade Guard. Now, Glade Guard are... they're basically rubbish. They were a lot better in Warhammer 2 than they are in Warhammer 3. These ones, they just don't pack any serious punch. They don't have that much armor piercing, and that's what you really need here. Now, you've got some Way Watchers, that's great, but those two can't beat the entire army by themselves, especially when exhausted. So, I'm not going to read out the email, because it was... well, not all the email. I'll read out one line in a moment. Because it's fairly long and some of it was kind of hard to read. And if I read it out, it just won't make a lot of sense, I think. So I'm just interpreting some of it. So what I imagine what I'm interpreting he did was he blew up the settlement because it made him a lot of money, and then occupied it because he wanted the marble to also make money. And that's fine, but sometimes greed can end up costing you a fair bit of money. And you should have blown up the settlement, for sure, and then either gone into ambush stance and waited for them to ruin dwell it and then pounced on them, or just gone over this way and attacked them where they're not, because this is not a very good army. He said that this is confederated from the Bowmen of Orion, so that's fine, not as big of a deal, because it's like turn 95, so it kind of seems a bit low tier for this stage in the campaign, but it's fair enough. Now, just because you've ruined dwelled the settlement doesn't mean we have to hold on to it. There's no real advantage, especially right now. So what we should do is just... sometimes you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. And right now, it's a fold-in time, because we want to play a different hand. So what I'm going to do is just stand outside the settlement there, in the hope of them attacking us, and hopefully, maybe, probably not, but there's no other way, pushing us back to here so that we can actually get replenishment. I do expect them one way or another to capture the settlement. Now, if they capture the settlement, so what? It's of no value to us right now. They will not build up the settlement building in a single turn, so they're not going to get additional garrison. There's no defensive position there. It's not going to make any difference. But that'll keep them trapped in there. That'll give us time to get rid of this. And we could also recruit a couple of additional lords, especially treemen, since they're so strong, and that might help us out a little bit. We can reduce the campaign movement range of enemy armies in local province with this one, but usually they have to start the beginning of the turn, not the beginning of their turn, within the province, so I'm not sure if that'll activate. If we have a look at this guy's movement, so he currently moves to there. Let me just see. It'd be pretty funny if this was the solution and they just can't reach us. That'd be hilarious if that's actually the case. It did reduce his movement. It did, but only by a tiny little bit. Not enough to stop him from getting here. If you had more of these, then yeah, you could essentially, if you had 10 of them in a province, I mean, that's not really realistic, but yeah, you could completely stop them from moving. Well, unfortunately, this cheese isn't going to work for us now. It's just something for the future, I guess. All right, stand outside the settlement there. Now, the reason why I put him in front this way is so that they can actually sort of hit that first one there, move us in this direction, then hit the other one, move us in this direction. If I move him over here, then he'll come over, attack us this way, and then attack this one and pinball us over this way. I don't want that. Then we'll end up taking attrition, so we don't want that at all. We can't go into channeling stance, so that's not going to work. We can go into this stance, though. It's not going to make any difference. Although, hang on. No, that doesn't make any difference. Okay, so in terms of leveling them up, this guy's got Dance of Lower, because obviously with 2 points to spend, we don't have a whole lot to choose. We could try to stack up as many of these as we possibly can. So this one here, if we go with Possessed by the Trickster God, they should stack on each other. So that'll be really good to make them really tanky. Then if we recruit another Lord here, Muster of Malevolence, okay, and give him Call of the Woods, Howl of the Forest, I mean. That way we could get melee attack. So if they all stand next to each other, all three of those abilities should stack on each other. There's nothing we can recruit locally, and in Global he's got all of his recruit slots used up. So we'll rely on getting some Regiments of Renown, but I'll do that next turn, because not good. I could recruit them now, but I actually do want them to come over here and sit inside the settlement. The worst case scenario for us is if I recruit too many Regiments of Renown and they just sit there, because then you've got 2 full stacks sitting in here being defensive. I mean, we can get this built, but this is not strategically important. We want to crush their army, we've got to lure them in. Okay, so is there anything else we need to do? All right, I need to read one section of this email. So he says, so just to be upfront, this is only on hard difficulty, not very hard. But since it's causing me an issue, I thought I might as well send it to you as a last-ditch effort to avoid the loss. Okay, so I want to make something really clear. I've said this before, but, you know, not everyone watches every video, and that's fine. I don't care what difficulty you guys are playing on. I mean, I'm just interpreting it like... Seems as though he didn't think he was allowed to send it in on hard difficulty, that I only accept legendary difficulty ones. That couldn't be further from the truth. The vast majority of the save files that get sent in are just not on legendary difficulty. And if I held my nose up and went, I only accept legendary difficulty, I'd never get any content out. They're just so few and far between. And there are some situations that are more difficult to handle that have been sent in on normal campaign difficulty than they are to deal with on legendary difficulty. It's everything depends on the situation itself, and so the difficulty has no bearing whatsoever on whether or not I'll actually accept the save file. And also, you guys can send in a save file that's like filled with stuff that I would reject. Like you can just like cross every single box. What am I going to do? Am I going to get angry at you for sending me a save file? No. I'm just going to say, I can't work with this, dude. It's like, it's not interesting. That's all I'm going to say. And I have to write that like 10 times a day as it is anyway. And most people just respond with, okay, all good, you know. So it's all good. Don't worry about the difficulty. If you're playing on easy difficulty, you can send in a save file. If you're playing on legendary difficulty, you can send in a save file. I don't discriminate based on this. But what I don't want you to send save files on are boring situations. But that's open to interpretation. Everyone thinks that their situation's super interesting. But over the years, I've had a good... I've listened to your feedback. So for this situation, I'll obviously play on high battle difficulty, but I'll put it back to where it was before at the end of it. Yeah, I've listened to your feedback, and I've got a pretty good idea of what you guys like and what you don't like. Sometimes I get it right, sometimes I get it wrong. It is what it is. Okay, so I think I've made all the decisions I need to make there. Let's hit the end turn and see how this plays out. But yeah, I'll give you guys some scenarios that are common that I typically reject. Auto-resolve victories. If you've got an auto-resolve victory, I'm probably not going to accept it. Not unless the scenario is like really weird. Because it's not really a disaster battle in that situation. Also, if you're using a really, really basic army filled with like a 1-unit spam of archers, probably not going to accept it. Okay, so yeah, we want to withdraw from here. That's it, draw them back. Ooh, they didn't push us all the way back. If the battle is like a foregone conclusion, like it's completely unwinnable, it's not interesting because there's nothing I can do. Some battles are just completely unwinnable, or if the way to win it is like stupid, I probably won't accept that either. So, for example, some battles they're basically unwinnable, but you could lower the time to 20 minutes, and you can if you can just hold out for 20 minutes, you can actually get a victory as long as it's not a siege. Those are winnable situations. But the thing is, if I identify that that's possible in that scenario, I'll just say that's how you win the battle. So yeah. Like I said, worst case scenario of you guys sending me a save file in is me just going, it's not interesting. That's the worst case scenario. Which is what happens to the vast majority of people who send in a save file. Yeah. What am I gonna do? How dare you send this to me, you bitch! Banned. No, I'm not gonna do that. It's fine. I appreciate everyone that sends in a save file. Okay, so they occupied the settlement, so this ended up having no bearing on it whatsoever, and we didn't get any replenishment, but we're no longer exhausted. Okay. So, alright, let's bring you up. We should definitely make it so that this guy here is the one that launches the attack, because he's got the most amount of winds of magic. So let's get him to besiege it. Now, I'm assuming because this is a Confederation army that you don't care that much about the integrity of this army, because it's not that good, and I think if we put some regiments around in this army, it would be better, because I think they're going to rush at us, because we've got more archers than they do. Sorry, squeaky chair. And I would like to have all of our forces on the battlefield right away. This is why I really wanted to replenish, so that gives us extra spot in the army. I'm not sure if this is going to merge into one unit, but I could always just take it out of the army. See, these ones here are different types of Glade Guard. This is one of the reasons why I usually, if I'm going to recruit archer units, I don't recruit a huge variety of archers, so that if I need to merge, I can actually do that. But again, you didn't recruit it, so that's fine. Okay, so definitely grab them, because I reckon that's what's going to be great against their constructs. Let's see here. We're going to have 2 places, because I'm going to take that one out of the army. That could be quite handy. Don't want to get too much. Well, hang on. It's turn 96. Why isn't this available? Are you... Hang on. God, what have you been doing all this time? Turn 27. I mean, rank 27. Okay, whatever. Legend, please don't roast me, please. No. Look, most people that send in a save file are like, Legend, please roast me as much as you can. And usually in those situations, I'm like, there's not much to roast you on. That's roastable, though. Not that, I mean, it is a big deal. Especially when you're playing as Orion, you should be in as many wars as possible, so you should be fighting loads and loads of battles. Just, whatever, it is what it is. So, what do we want here? I don't want to get too much. I'll grab these 2 melee infantry, we'll call it there. Alright, get them over here and transfer that out. And that one out, and put these in. Okay, that gives us the strongest possible army to begin with. Also, let's have a look at equipment. So you got the earthing rod here. Got a bunch of banners. That's great. That's... Probably don't really need that right now. What else have you got in here? Book of Ashur is useless here. Wand of Jet could be good to just generate some winds of magic as quickly as possible. Can't really see anything else that's of value here. I could fuse some of these items, but I don't know, maybe he wants them. Enchanted item. We got Twilight Standard so that our vigor loss reduction is reduced. I think it would be better actually to go with the other Trickster Shard for you, because that way anyone around him will be reduced in resistances. Okay, Talisman. Yeah, take a Preservation. Okay, that's good. Hand Weapon. Twilight Spear, so that'll give us melee attack for our army, and missile strength for the entire army. Yes, we'll take that. Okay, and then for basic armor, Twilight Helm, melee defense for the entire army. That's great. So these are items that he confederated from the Sisters of Twilight. He can't upgrade it any further than that. If you wait before confederating them, you can eventually wait long enough that they'll get all of their stuff, but you usually have to wait a very long time. But once you've confederated them, that's it. You get what you get. Okay, and we got other guys in here, but the thing is, it's really about that first army, I think, because I'll grab that. I think that these guys are going to show up quite late. Like, I think the enemy army is just going to come at us straight away, if I had to guess. Just because we've got a very archer-based army, seems like that's what they would do in this scenario. So I'll try to equip a bit here and there, but we're not going to get much out of this. Yeah, none of this is really going to help much at all. Yeah, just leave it as it is. Okay. Okay, let me just double check this again. Okay, all good. Alright, and it's still a close defeat in auto resolve. So we're outpowered, for sure. But at least we're much better prepared. So, as for the Banner of Swiftness, I reckon putting that on this one will be good. I want the Banner of the Eternal Queen on you. Alright, and let's see what we can do. So yeah, they've also got the Tomb Swarm ability, and they've always got access to the Ushabti summon. That thing would fuck us up big time with this kind of army. Especially if they summon that while they're charging us. But yeah, look, more than half of their army is just constructs. Yeah, Tomb King is definitely a faction you can underestimate. There's loads of people, including myself, have underestimated them. But this one's strong. So, let's see here. I'm going to get these back, try to hold the enemy back as much as we can. Creating a few gaps here and there is totally fine. Alright, put these ones up front because they're not as... Actually, wait, these ones here are poison attack, so they would be better up front because they'll activate their poison sooner, so it slows them down. I need to spread them out, but I'm going to be... what I want to do is just shoot at these Necropolis Knights straight away and start falling back. Because it'd be good if we can dish out some damage to them before they arrive over here. That's what I think. Alright, move that back to about there. buys us a little bit more time before they come in. As in, you know, before they arrive. Before they hit into our front line, so these guys have time to show up. Okay, I do not want to be shooting at Tomb Guard. I want to be shooting at those Necropolis Knights. Grab that. Need some wins. Now, any units that fire while moving, when they're standing still, they actually are really accurate against the entire unit, whereas when they move, they fucking all shoot at the exact same target, so they become really inefficient with it. That's why I want to try to keep them standing still as long as possible here. God, they deleted that one. That was great. Because yeah, if we were just moving back right now, they would all just like shoot at this one here, and so much of the ammo would be wasted. You motherfucker! They've got a stalky ability. Come on, shoot, shoot, shoot! One more volley. Okay, good. Get back away from them. Okay, they're gonna do a little bit of damage to us, but they're almost gone. Tiny little bit of damage, that one. Okay, move back. Alright, I said I needed to spread them out. Mainly for the Tomb Swarm ability, so it doesn't fuck us up too much. Okay, don't shoot at Tomb Guard. Waste of fucking ammo. Definitely shoot at things like Sepulchral Stalkers or the General, that would be good. We can get him. What we can do to slow them down a little bit is Awakening of the Wood. Good. Back. I don't... Oh yeah, they use up their ammo really bloody quickly, so... Oh good, our reinforcements have arrived. That's great. Get these two up front here as quickly as possible. Okay, now I really want to be shooting at the Tomb King himself. Alright, maybe fire at will. Oh, hang on. We got incoming here. So that slows them down by 45% for a period of 12 seconds. Gives a bit of time to get back. Right, get over on this flank over here because they're coming in hot that way. You get up over here. Yeah, they get in amongst us and then the friendly fire starts coming in. I really wanted all of our tree lords to get together, but if this is what we got, then that's what we're going to deal with. Alright, start shooting at him. Okay, that's it. Hold them back, stop them from really getting in. Oh, shit. Fuck! They've got the Tomb Swarm ability coming here. I've actually got to move forward. You get in there. Well, we've almost killed their lord. It's just that... Oh my god. I think he put the curse on us as well while it was going on. Oh god, that did so much damage to us. Holy shit, biscuits. Oh. That wasn't great timing for that one, but it is what it is. Yeah, just keep them held back as long as possible. Okay, we've got Tomb Prince over here. Get rid of him if you can. Yeah, don't you love it when they just move forward like that? Idiots. Okay, enemy lord's dead. That's great. You get back over this way. They're doing just fine. Maybe give them a bit of a heal. Like I said, I really wanted them to get together. Okay, the Way Watchers are in pretty shit shape. Come on, I need to get you over here. The heals will be way more effective if we get all three of them together. Okay, don't stand on top of each other like that. Okay, the Tomb Prince, he's taking a bit of time to go. Because we don't exactly have a huge amount of magic generation. But now that these other ones have shown up, maybe we can rely on them a little bit more. Oh, I've also got this. I actually have no idea if that's good against those. Doubled up way too much on that, actually. Go for the Sepulchral Stalkers. Whatever's going to be easy to shoot. Go for that. Oh, this one's got Smoke Bomb. I don't play a whole lot of Wood Elves. I forget about what these regiments of renown can do sometimes. Forward, shoot at this one here. Still trying to get rid of the Tomb Prince, but he hasn't dished out. He's dished out decent damage. Okay, come on, get rid of them. Bounce powers in our favor, looking good for victory. Just want to make sure that no units get wiped out if possible. Bring this one in. Okay, bring that one back. This guy's taking too much damage. Move back. Move them back. But you can see the Glade Guard, they are not doing a hell of a lot of damage to them. Just not enough armor piercing. Okay, there's the army losses. We got them. I'll tell you what though, it was really good that you weren't putting the regiments of renown in your standing armies. Which is what I do see a lot, because that was really helpful, having that that extra regiment of renown. What's it called? Way Stalker. I think that made a big difference. So that unit there took a lot of damage, but I don't think it's wiped out. Another problem with fighting undead, you don't get any time to heal after the battle's over. But he did a good job of tanking, holding them back, and they got some really important kills early on. That was really important. Cool. Yeah, no units wiped out. Cool. And just thinking, could we potentially... I got an idea. Just sack it. Because what we could do is occupy it with one of these guys. How about you? Because you don't have any one attached to you. Any units attached. So if I put you in here, you occupy the settlement. That then allows for this army to go into... Well, they don't have channeling stance as the Wood Elves. Man, I really haven't played them in ages. What gives them Winds of Magic? Is it just you have to be in a Wood Elf settlement? Huh, I was going to go in a channeling stance, but... Oh, yeah, you can't quite make it to here. Although it'd be a pretty hard fight with what you got there anyway. But yeah, at least you've got movement here to decide where you want to go. I'll just put you in camp stance there for now. And see how you go with that. And then as for... Okay, so get rid of this guy. So that was useful, thank you very much. You can go. And then, I guess, decide what you want to do with these two units. Either reattach them into this army or whatever. Because you've got to make two spaces for them. So you can get rid of... these two regiments over now. Maybe keep the Hawk Eyes of Drakira just for now while you're dealing with the Tomb King, because I saw there's another army over here. Although you've got an army here, that's a better army, and they're in force march within range. So why did they do that? Because like you got this, surely. Like this is a much better army, and. Like, look, even the bounce palace is even. I reckon we'd still win that in auto resolve. Well, let's see. They must fall. Because yeah, that's obvious what you should be doing. Come over here and do this. Yeah. I will fight this manually so this one here potentially doesn't get wiped out. Probably should have put some equipment on her. But since we're at the very edge of our movement, I can't exactly back off. So yeah, I'll give you a bonus battle done. With that being said, I don't love this army either. It is better than the other one, although there's no Way Stalkers. Way Watchers, I mean. We actually do have a Way Stalker, sorry. Biggest concern, I think, is the artillery. But we got a lot of fast units. That's what leads me to believe this is a lot easier. Okay, I got an idea. I'm going to put these guys over this way. Because if they send anyone to go fight us, they're just going to get bogged down fighting for ages. And what we want to do is split up their army. Okay, melee infantry. There's nowhere to hide. Just go wide. Because we're actually not super archer heavy in this army. We don't have to protect them too much. But yeah, we don't want to get caught with multiple units getting hit by that Tomb Swarm bullshit. Bounce power is actually slightly in their favor. Oh, hang on. It hasn't taken into consideration their exhaustion yet, because it only happens once the battle actually begins. Really want to get rid of those Casket of Souls right away. Might be able to manage that. You know, what if you were here instead? I might move them in. We'll see how that goes. And you... the arrows of Kurnos, they spread that out a lot better these days. I'm just wondering what we should shoot at. Because doing some damage to the tomb... Maybe getting rid of one of the Screaming Skull catapult artillery pieces could be quite valuable, since it might take me a bit of time to actually get at it otherwise. Yeah. Good. Yeah, doing some damage. This is what it is. Shadow Wizard. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. We should be a lot faster than them, but... Okay, they're going for them. We'll go for this one here. Okay, we could use this to slow them down a little bit. Almost got rid of fucking bloody Casket of Souls. How'd that go? Did we destroy any artillery piece? I did, I actually destroyed one. I just might be able to get at them. Too far away. God damn it. Back to the Casket of Souls. We've got to get rid of that one. They don't give a shit about the... Oh no, they're still trying. Just got it. Slow that down again. Should mind. Okay, that's it. This will be available again soon. Just let them play out. Come on, I need you to get rid of this. I'm not shooting at it. Okay, that should deal with that one. This one here. Too bad we're not on horseback. Oh, you actually reached it. Okay, that's good. That's a bit of a problem. Okay, that should be... It hasn't been neutralized, but we did stop it from shooting just for now. Okay, the Casket of Soul, we got rid of that. That's good, because that would have done a lot of damage over the course of the battle. It did do a lot of damage. Okay. Here, it's a bit of a problem. Move that one back a little bit. But hey, they're not sending in the entire army at us all at once, which could be good, depending on how you look at it. They're popping down. Let's get out of the way, out of the way, out of the way. Beetles, get out of the way. Shoot at that one. Pull them back. Try to get them. No. These ones here can stay in the fight there. That's fine. Where are you guys? Let's get out of there. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. Bring them in. I think we're doing all right. This was definitely doing some damage to us. That one there got nearly obliterated. Very close to getting wiped out. Should have auto-resolved a legend. We'll see. Okay, hold them back and just back over here. So, they're doing an okay job of holding. You're not doing a great job of getting away. Come on, get back. Okay, bounce power's in our favor. That's great. This one, ooh, very close to getting wiped out. Very bloody close. Yeah, get that one to leave the battlefield. Okay, Kimrian War Sphinx coming in. Okay, that chariot's gone. Yeah, what's wrecking up our cavalry are these fucking Ushabti. I don't think I can get at them. You can just leave. Like, 8 troops is not going to make any difference here.
I hear the forest.
Okay, they should be fine there. These goddamn archers. Need to get rid of that Kimrian War Sphinx. We gotta pin that guy down. How are we going over here? These ones, they're doing fine. It's a good distraction that they did. And it slowed down their overall advance here. Shield of Thorns, which I really don't think that's a great ability, but whatever. Let's use it. Oh, they still... Oh, they got back on the friggin' artillery, so that was pretty much a wasted effort then. How do they keep catching me? That's because I'm not in skirmish mode. Oh, shit! Get out of the way, out of the way, out of the way. That tomb swarm. Fuck us up. No, just shoot this guy here. Kind of wish I had a life wizard here. Oh, hang on. That looks decent. I'll take that. They're not using any spells, so that staff is useless. Alright, at least there's no more Tomb Swarm. Their general's about to die. That's good. I think we've got this. Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. These freaking shots.
Quickly! Bowman ready! Ready and able! Ready for battle!
Okay, would be good to get this guy out so we can use this thing again. Alright, I'm going to... Oh, it's risky to send them in to try to get rid of the Screaming Skull Catapult, so that completely failed. At least we got rid of the Casket of Souls. That would have really fucked us up if we had let that fight on for the entirety of the battle. Maybe you could destroy another one. That'd be great if you could manage that.
Ready to weave.
Okay, shoot the big fucker there. Guys over here, shoot the big boy. Try to get that one back away from this one if we can. You move up, draw his fire away because this one's nearly wiped out. Where are you? Move this way. Good, these guys did a good job. Alright, at least they've only got one Screaming Skull Catapult left. I should have just had all three shots go for that one, I think. Shit. Hopefully it actually gets away. Otherwise, yeah, it just should have auto-resolved it. Really, probably not that much difference between auto-resolve, but I don't think any units are getting wiped out here. Definitely close. Lopsided damage. Well, I don't think any units got wiped out. And that was the goal. Just make sure that just the one unit that was going to get wiped out in auto-resolve doesn't. We actually suffered the exact same number of casualties. How about that? Pyrrhic victory, but we didn't lose half of our army. It's just, yeah, lopsided damage. If this one was on horseback, that would have been way more useful, but it's what it is. Yeah, no units wiped out. Slightly better result than auto-resolve. Ever so slightly. Your money seems pretty fine, so let's just go with the abduct captives. Cool. That's nice. And then, yeah, just do with that with whatever you want. Okay, so I feel like we're done here. The Tomb Kings, I'm fairly sure, were... Hang on, it's right in the middle. There it was. Cool. That's where it was. They have been pretty much neutralized. You should have no trouble finishing them off now, if that's what you want to do. You can peace treaty with them if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it. I'd say drive it home, finish them off. And yeah, just do with this guy here whatever you want. That's why I didn't make any further decisions with them. Let you decide. If you want to go attack Khemri with this, go for it. If you want to go attack that way, also go for it. Because obviously, a bit of time to replenish could be good. And I don't think you can locally recruit that. And then, yeah, you could just, as you were in the first place, build that up. It just delayed you from a turn. Like, let's just say it's some miracle if we had stayed here and actually managed to repel that, which, that borderlines as being nearly impossible, especially if we're going to increase the battle difficulty. Let's just say hypothetically we won it. There's no way it would be in very good shape. So there's no way you'd be able to go after Khemri. So you would need at least a few turns of replenishment. So my thoughts are is that you're still in better shape now, having done it this way, than if you stood and fought there. Because there's no way we would have gotten out of that without at least most of the units getting completely wiped out. There's just no way. That army was so much friggin' stronger than ours, especially if we were exhausted. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Later, guys.